Hello everybody, it's Slushy, and today be finishing off the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake series, I guess? So we're going to be finishing it off with the prequel, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Beginning. Okay, so this is a prequel to the '03 movie. If you guys haven't seen my Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003 review, go give it a look and a gander. If you haven't seen my other Texas Chainsaw reviews, go give those a look as well, because I have some interesting thoughts on this series for sure. Maybe not so, like, controversial thoughts, except for on the '03 remake, but yeah, check out the playlist. But anyways, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Beginning. It's almost, I'm going to say this, and it's going to make it sound stupid when I give my rating on this movie later, but it's almost a pointless film in the way that it explains stuff that didn't necessarily need explaining. It's not like I don't appreciate them going in depth to kind of show you how things wound up being the way they were in '03. But it's kind of like, you know, we don't really need to know what happened to the dude's teeth. Why is his teeth popped out? You know, why does he have dentures? I mean, we didn't really need to know that. But I gotta say, certain things that they included were cool. Like seeing how he becomes sheriff. That's a pretty cool thing to see. Seeing how this version of Leatherface got started and how he basically became Leatherface is pretty cool. You know, some backstories can be a little on the heavy side, and I feel like this one doesn't, like, reveal a shit ton. You don't even really see his face. It always has some sort of mask on. You see his eyes, which are fucking terrifying. Andrew Berniarski, man. I am so glad they got him to come back for the prequel, because the man is a force, man. I mean, he's had some interesting, shady things going on in his life, but I don't really like getting into, you know, like actors and actresses' personal lives, because you'll ultimately find out something about him at some point that you're not going to like about him, and then you're going to hate him. So I choose to just separate their lives from their movie roles. So I hope that Andrew gets the help he needs, and I hope he is better by now. Last I heard, he was doing okay, but I remember there was a part when he was an alcoholic and stuff, and I know that's rough, so I hope he pulls himself out of that. Or hope that he has pulled himself out of it. But he's a fucking beast, man. And he just tears shit up left and right. And same as in '03. He's just, like I said, he's a force. It's a force you don't want to mess with either. So, as always, he's a huge positive. Any Texas Chainsaw Massacre where Andrew Berniarski is Leatherface, it's going to be a major fucking positive for the film. So already it gets like a 5 out of 10 just for having him in the film. And then the little backstory you get around Thomas and his family and stuff is really cool. Like I said, some of the things unnecessary, and a lot of the things are really cool to see happen. So I'm not going to go into all of the details. I don't really like talking about every little detail about a movie. Some people go into like all different aspects. They have like a notebook full of notes about the movie. I don't really do that. I just go based off my mind and what I like about the movie. And I love everything about this film. I don't really have a negative, honestly. I'm being truthful here. I really don't have any negatives. I don't think the film's perfect, so it's definitely not getting a 10 out of 10. Like I said, I don't really like that certain things were included. It's not like a huge problem, but it's like some of it just feels like they threw it in there just to add something to the film and to, I guess, sort of answer things from '03. But again, they just don't feel like they're necessary to be answered. Just answered for the hell of it, I guess. But the soundtrack, as always, by Steve Jablonsky, amazing. The man's amazing, makes amazing music, very tension-building music. Jonathan Liebsman, the guy who directed it, he's really good. He also did the Teenage Mutant Turtles movie from 2014 that everybody hates, but I love. So there's that. I'll probably review that at some point in the future. But overall, this film it's entertaining, it's violent. I love that you see the brutality of him skinning somebody. As far as I'm aware, it hasn't really been done much in the series where you actually see him, you know, sawing people's faces off or cutting people up. The brutality of it in this film is so vicious and disturbing. And there's a scene, not to spoil anything for people, but there's a scene where this lady's sitting under the table and Leatherface starts sawing into her boyfriend. And that's just fucking crazy, man. Can you imagine being in the situation? But either way, I love this film. I give this film easily a 9 out of 10 roaring chainsaws. Because this film just, it fucks shit up, man. It's not perfect, but it's awesome. You know, that's what I want from a slasher film. I don't expect an Oscar winner. I just want something entertaining. maybe that's kind of like a minimalistic approach to movies, but I don't really expect a whole lot. When I watch a slasher movie, I just want to be entertained. I want to see some fucking gory kills. I want to see some people die, you know? I know it sounds fucked up, but that's what I watch slasher movies for. So I don't need a super crazy script that's super detailed and it's going to win an Oscar. I don't want that for Texas Chainsaw or any horror franchise. Really, I want something that's going to entertain me, that's going to satisfy me, that's going to make me, like if I'm in theaters, it makes me want to go home happy. If I'm watching on DVD, I'm going to want to put it in a million more times. And that's what movies like this do for me. They make me want to see them over and over again, and that's what a good movie does. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 9 out of 10 roaring chainsaws. Yeah, alright. So now that we finished this series, next we're going to be covering Texas Chainsaw 2013, the heavily controversial Texas Chainsaw 2013, and then we'll be close to finishing this franchise reviews off. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not already, hit the bell to get notified anytime I make a video or stream. Keep up to date with the channels, I have some crazy going on. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye! How does it feel when your heart